All right, we are live. Our
I'm
how
not
to.
seeing you.
You're not seeing me?
No,
Oh, I see. But hold on. I guess I do have to be part of the show, right?
you better be.
Yeah, I better be. I think you can handle things. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So for those who are watching, our live is a good one. This one is how to eat healthy when you're eating out. Something I think we all struggle with. You go all week meeting your health, your food goals, your dietary goals, restrictions, and then the weekend comes, and everything that you did right is out the toilet, right? Is down the toilet. Your friends call you to go eat out. Family members want to go this place, that place or the other. Restaurant, your favorite restaurants. How can we stay consistent when we're eating out? How can we stay consistent with our health goals when eating out? That's very hard. Would you say, Carmen? It's not easy.
It's not easy, I guess. In the beginning,
Oh,
it's personal. It's
you're a pro
personal.
now.
I'm not a pro. It's just how things evolve.
It's all evolved, yeah. So, before we go into our show, anyone who's watching, please be so kind and let us know where you're watching from. Um, and we'd love to know your name too, because we can't see everybody who's in the chat. Yeah. So I'm going to go ahead and put the title of our short live: How to Eat Healthy When Eating Out. So that's something that I want to know if that's something that other people struggle with too. So you guys, as you're watching, let us know if this is something you really do struggle with, something that you find yourself compromising a lot when it comes to making good, healthy habits, eating out, dining out. And I guess, Carmen, we're going to talk about mainly dining out at restaurants, right?
Hmm.
But I think the same struggle applies to eating out at family gatherings too, right?
Yeah.
Um, so unfortunately, these three tips that we're going to go through don't really apply to family gatherings. That probably needs to have its own live. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, there's certain principles. I'm sure you could bring your own food. That's a big thing. Bring your own food during family gatherings, but you can't really bring your own food when you're eating out. I guess you can, but you might get kicked out.
Mhm.
You might get kicked out of restaurants. So we're gonna give three tips that I have put to practice myself. I've seen work. As we go through the three tips at the end, make sure you stay tuned to the end, because at the end, I'm going to show you a live demonstration at Ruby Tuesday. So, how I was able to eat healthy or create a healthy meal at Ruby Tuesday. You'll be surprised how easy it was, I think, to put these three steps into practice, right? So we're gonna have a practicum at the end. You're gonna see a video in live in action of putting these three steps to work. So you guys definitely watch to the end. Don't exit out without watching the end for sure. We also have a freebie, right, Carmen? What are we giving away today?
Um, a list of condiments,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, diabetes friendly condiments. So I think a lot of people struggle with dressings and toppings that they um, want to know if they can include in their meals and still be healthy. So we have a list of things that list of condiments that are sugar free, oil free. And if you want that list, let us know. I'll let you know at the end of the show, but you just email me or you can message me privately and I'll send it to you by email. Right. So, yeah, that's something that if you're interested in. We don't charge for any freebie. We like to give a lot of stuff away, but it's a really good, concise list on making, spicing up or sweetening up foods without compromise. Right. I don't know, Carmen. You like to use condiments much? I don't think you use condiments.
No.
Yeah, yeah. I think the
Mhm.
best thing is to enjoy food in its natural state, right? But
Yeah.
sometimes, you know, that's hard in the beginning.
In the beginning, it's hard. Yeah.
Yeah, we can't always be perfect like you, Carmen. So
Louis, stop.
I'm saying like you're far advanced in this game. All right, so first step, the first step or first tip for eating healthy when eating out is really simple. I think it's probably a no-brainer though, but it's very, very important, and that's
Hmm.
to look at the menu first. You know, so you're going out to eat somewhere, you know where you're going. If it's not a surprise, then um, obviously you look at the menu. Is that something you do, Carmen? I think we do that a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really important to know what is on the menu before you going to eat out at a
Yeah.
restaurant. Um,
And you can
and
find menus online easily now, so
yeah,
you
yeah,
always go through
you're
them.
always gonna be able to find menus online because it's so easy to go through and look and see what you're going to eat. I think that's important because now you have peace of mind going to the restaurant, having a plan. But even with I mean, our diet is pretty restrictive, right, Carmen?
Yeah.
Being oil free, sugar free, you know, or minimizing processed sugar. Um,
Hmm.
we can't always do it perfectly when we eat out, but we try to do as best as we can.
Yeah.
But often, would you agree that you're surprised how easy it is to find something on a menu that might be, you know, plant based or eat, you know,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
very easy. Yeah.
Yeah, especially because nowadays I feel like all restaurants are really catering to plant based. Plant based is a new thing now, so most restaurants
Mhm.
have at least you have at least one option. And you know, it used to be just salads, right? Remember that
Yeah.
the only thing you could eat is a salad. If you're vegan, you just you're gonna be eating salads.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So now we know that with the world being so plant based friendly, you can get a lot of times it's veggie burgers, but you can actually get a lot of plant-based options, plant-based friendly options.
Hmm.
So the other thing too to note before I go into step two is that look at the side dishes,
Hmm.
right? A lot of people don't really look at side dishes. They're looking for the main dish and they're trying to see what main dishes are vegetarian. But a lot of your side dishes are actually vegetarian, right?
Hmm.
Potatoes. What else is usually side dish?
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Hmm.
What else is I'm getting a
Corn.
coleslaw. A lot of
Yeah.
times you see coleslaw is going to be um, as a side dish. So whenever you're looking for, if all else fails, look for side dishes. Right. The next thing I
Hmm.
would say is look at the main meals and see what on the main menu can be easily transitioned to plant based. So, like
Hmm.
for example, Ruby Tuesday, you know, they have a steak burrito bowl or something. I just
Hmm.
asked them to make the bowl without steak, take out
Yeah.
the steak and the cheese, right? Yeah. All right. So let me look at the chat right quick before we go to step two. Ryan Forrest, how you doing? Thanks for watching, Lexus. Shout out to you. Yes, you can get a shout out. All right. um, so yeah, and I don't think I was able to see all the comments, but thanks for you guys watching. Again, if you're watching, especially if you're the first time watching, let us know who you are, where you're watching from. We always like to greet our faithful viewers. All right, and then yeah, the big question I wanted to know is, do you guys struggle with eating out? Is that something when you are you? Is it hard for you to stay healthy when you're going out to eat? You know, for me, my both hands are up, right? Yeah. So let's see. Eating. Michael says he likes to eat grilled chicken. Yeah, you know, instead of fried. You know, you can actually do grilled. Now on this channel, you know, a lot of people may not be familiar with what we do on this channel. We promote a low fat, whole food, plant based diet. So a diet without animal products. From the
Hmm.
studies we've seen, I should say, is the best for reversing diabetes and many other chronic diseases. So the tips I'm going to talk about is how to be plant based. You know, I should probably That should be in parentheses of our title: how to be plant-based when eating out. Right. Yeah, salads though, like you said, Michael, that's completely right. You could always eat. Most places have salads. But Carmen, you're tired of eating salads, right? So you wanted to venture out a lot, right?
Yeah.
And it was hard for a long time to, and it still is. It's not going to be perfect if you're being plant-based to eat out, but it is possible with a second step. This second step makes it, I would say, like vast majority of restaurants that are not plant-based friendly automatically plant-based friendly. Again, watch it. Make sure you watch the video, right, Carmen? They got to watch the video.
Yeah.
Show you what happened when I went to Ruby Tuesday. All right. Ruby Tuesday, is that a plant-based restaurant?
No.
No, it's not.
No.
Right. So you can, if you go there, just eat. You're gonna eat a Impossible Burger or and salad. That's about it. But you get to tip two. Our second tip is very simple. When you go to the restaurant, and this is something I actually read in Dean Ornish's. I don't know if anyone knows who Dean Ornish is, but he's big in the nutritional world. A big brain in the nutritional world, and he wrote a book called Undo It. I recommend reading that. And he talks about what him and his wife do, and what they do is they go to restaurants, and they obviously, step number one, they know what they're going to order in advance, so they're not going there without a plan. And then they have a simple conversation with the waitress or the waiter. They say, "Hey, so and so," very politely, "I'm trying to eat a plant-based meal without oil." I mean, how you word it really doesn't matter, but basically you want to convey that you're trying to create a meal that fits in with your dietary needs. Okay, so I think it's important to just to tell them that you have dietary needs or dietary restrictions, and and it's also helpful if you tell them that you're doing it for health purposes, to reverse diabetes. I'm trying to lower my blood pressure. I'm trying to lower my cholesterol. What waiter or waitress do you think is not going to be try to accommodate you?
Mm-hmm.
Right, Carmen? Yeah, Alvin says minimize eating out. That's definitely true. If you do find food with the lowest fat and carb content and higher protein content, so yeah, minimizing eating out is definitely the best thing to do. But obviously we know you still want to enjoy life. You still want to enjoy time with your friends, because a lot of times we equate eating out with family and friends and fellowship, right? It's really not even about food, right?
I must add that after you're on this journey for a while, eating out is no longer fun, you know, because
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're still enjoying it though, because you're not eating out alone. You're eating out with friends and family, right?
yeah, I mean, but
The fellowship part.
well, for me, I should
Yeah.
say, when they see all the oil that they have in food,
Hmm.
especially if there's a restaurant that, like here in Portugal, you can't because they make a big pot and they call it the soup of the day or the meal of the day. It's not
Yeah.
on the menu. You can't find it online. It's when you go there, they tell you what it was, the meal of the day.
Hmm.
So you can't, for those kind of restaurants, you can't really, plan ahead because they make one pot and they just serve that
Yeah.
one pot all day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and that's rare. Obviously in America, you're not going to see that. Most
No.
restaurants you can customize, right? But Carmen, let me ask you this: you do say that you don't have fun eating out, but when you find a meal or something you enjoy that, especially when it fits into your dietary plan, don't you
Yeah.
feel excited? Like it's like it's like a win, right? A double win, because like man, like you hit the jackpot. So
Yes.
and you would say you enjoy those moments, right? Eating
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What's frustrating is when you can't find something to eat. That's
But
frustrating.
look, like even if I can't eat, I have fun. Look at your sister's the wedding dinner, whatever it was, and the night
Mhm.
before the wedding, I forget what you call it.
Yeah.
I didn't eat a single thing. I didn't drink anything, but I had fun because we were with
Yeah.
family.
Your
So
family, exactly.
going out is not always about eating, but
Mhm.
when it just
Fellowship, yeah.
it just depends who you are and how you feel about it. So
About it, yeah. So now, Carmen, I don't think you've actually done this second step though, and I think it's something we need to start doing, because I tried it and it works very well. So when you find a meal that isn't plant based friendly, or fit within your dietary needs. Simply after having that conversation, a real conversation with the waiter about your dietary needs, they're very accommodating,
Mm-hmm.
and they are very willing to help you transition anything on the menu to be friendlier or closer to your dietary needs, even if it's oil-free, plant-based need.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we've actually even experienced this too, like chefs. The chef, you usually worry about annoying the chef. The chef's like, man, you know how I guess there's this stereotype that chefs are very egotistical and they take offense, very
Mm-hmm.
easily. But that hasn't been on our experience though, right, Carmen? When we had
No,
change meals, no, right?
never. I mean,
Yeah,
from way back when we were in Venezuela, and we,
yeah,
we were saying we can't eat this, we can't eat that, and then the chef actually came out to see who it is that is so picky, and he was so
yeah.
happy to accommodate us.
Yeah, I think he thought it was cool to
Yeah,
have, something different to prepare, and he wanted to know who are these people who are ordering things out of the norm, who's
yeah.
changing how I cook. So I think they see it as a challenge. All right, and I got a chance to talk to a chef today, and I'll show you guys that video at the end. So step tip number two is just try to customize and recreate a meal based on what's already on the menu, right?
Mhm.
And you'll see that shortly. So I don't need to talk much on that. Um, but yeah, I still want to know, guys, all you who are watching, if you guys struggle, and if you have any other tips on, we're sharing three, but I'm sure there's probably many things that you guys who are watching have things you've done. So let us know what we can do to be able to eat healthy when eating out. This third tip, before I turn to the video, this third tip uh might sound funny. I know, Carmi, every time I say it, you laugh.
Yes.
But it's to make it more fun. Bring your own condiments and dressings, or spices. There's nothing wrong with that. I know I see all the time. I see people bring hot sauce to restaurants, right? um bring if you like hot sauce, if that's going to make the flavor of the food better, of your salad better, if that's all you're eating, and again, we have a diabetes friendly condiment list, those who are struggling with diabetes, condiments you can purchase and add to a meal without compromise, because they're healthy, oil free, sugar free. So bring some spices. Don't or your Himalayan salt. Yeah, don't be shy. Don't be
Or you
shy.
can ask them for salt, like Zayn did here.
Oh
She
yeah,
she asked the waiter for salt, and she's like, "Salt? Like,
yeah,
why do you need salt?" And so I need salt, you know?
yeah. But if you want to, if you need to flavor up the meal, with your favorite. I like turmeric. I like the flavor of turmeric. I'll put turmeric on anything. I like garlic. Bring some garlic powder to the restaurant. Unfortunately, people don't know how to flavor up plant-based foods very well, do they, Carmen?
Say
Um,
it again.
People don't often know how to flavor up plant-based plates.
Ah, yeah.
So
Yeah.
sometimes they need a little love and care. So bring
Yeah.
condiments from home, bring spices, herbs, whatever, that can make sure you're enjoying your plant-based meal. And I think, um, you'll be surprised. Other people might want to want to share some of your condiments with you, right? All right, we got. I think that's Brooklyn right there. I know she says, when I'm eating out with my mom and the portions are so big, we normally order one thing and share it. That's smart. And we are
Mhm.
surprised to learn that we are able to get just as full when we share. Yep,
Mhm.
absolutely, absolutely. Yep, good advice. And Lavender Ruth Jones. I have to watch my salt intake due to liver issues. That's a big challenge when eating out. I have to avoid commercially prepared soup completely. I do usually bring my own salad dressing. Yep. See, I know I
Oh.
wasn't the only one. But yeah, and that's and like this is a perfect example of, like, if you go to a restaurant and you like their soup, tell the waiter, I'm on a low sodium diet because of my hypertension. Can you prepare the soup without salt? you know so it's you're going to see again in a moment. Chefs want to accommodate. Chefs want you they operate from the idea that you they want a satisfied customer. Okay,
Yeah.
so not be shy to ask your waiter, your waitress to, and sometimes they'll have to talk to the chef first to adjust how they prepare the meal. I mean, what
Mm-hmm.
do you have to lose? I mean, seriously, this is for our life and our, I don't want to just survive through life, Carmen. I want to thrive. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why for me, I'm never shy or afraid to ask for something that's for my good.
Yeah.
And I think that's that. If we do that, we could find ourselves enjoying a dining experience like we never have before, and being able to eat healthy without compromise. Okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna turn to this video. There was another thing. Yeah, we had a bonus tip. So tip number one was look ahead, make sure you're looking at the menu, have a plan, right? Tip number two, adjust. Don't be afraid to adjust the meal at the restaurant, like you see in a moment. And tip
Mm-hmm.
number three, bring your own condiments. That's perfectly fine. I'd say as a bonus tip, when all else fails, Carmen, what am I going to say? What can we do?
Oh, eat before you go.
Carmen, I know you're a pro at that, especially when you're, if you know there's not going to be much to eat there, but junk food or junky food, whatever, fried foods that are not good for you,
Yeah.
eat something before you go. When you're not as full, I mean, you don't have to fill yourself up, but when you go to the restaurant, the fact that you're not overly hungry, you're probably not going to find yourself compromising,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
much. So it's okay. You'll still be able to enjoy the camaraderie and the fellowship without
And that's
compromise.
something I used to do a lot. Louis would always say, "We going to a restaurant. Why are you eating?" I was like, "Because I can't,
Yeah,
risk it."
yeah. I didn't get it, but I get it now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Carmi was way ahead of me on this whole food plant based lifestyle. Yeah. But Ed, you're glad you enjoyed the tips. That bonus tip especially, man. So okay, so I'm gonna try to share my screen because I really want you guys to see um Ruby Tuesday experience. Okay, and Carmen, let me know if it shows up.
Okay.
Okay. All right. This is okay. All right. It's dark, but it's gonna be playing just now, hopefully. Well, I'm outside of Ruby Tuesday, and we're gonna see if we can make an oil-free, whole food plant-based meal out of what's available on their menu. Let's go. So this is Ruby Tuesday's steak burrito bowl. Definitely not vegan. And most menus also have a good selection of sides that you can ask to be prepared without oil. This is what was created: grilled vegetables, broccoli. Actually, there's some more. This is the rest of it: potatoes and jalapeno pepper. So bring your own dressing. This is Skinny Girl oil-free dressing. And this is me digging in. So I think a lot of people are hesitant to ask to change a menu because they feel like the chef gonna be annoyed.
Everybody is different. It's like a type of person that can handle a lot of pressure. Then if you like to please the customers, then it's kind of nothing. You would want to please the customers.
Yeah. Okay.
Everybody don't want the excess oil going through there. Send that body and clogging up. Certain things that can clog up.
Exactly.
So I feel like it's just everybody should get what they asking for.
Okay. So you guys heard that from a chef. Don't be afraid to ask to change a menu. All right. Just ask, right? So don't be scared. Don't be shy. Yeah. All right. So that's it, man. So I mean, that was my experience. That's what I expected. Chefs want to accommodate. They actually, I think they appreciate when you're trying to make their meal more healthy.
How
So
did it taste, though?
man, and you know what's crazy, Carmen? Like how many times we've went to Ruby Tuesday and settled with an Impossible Burger because that's all we can eat, right? I had no clue that was possible. I mean, the
But
jalapeno.
actually, I had the rice and the zucchini, but I never did it oil free.
Yeah. But all
You
you
know?
had to do was, and you would have had it oil.
Yeah.
I went to the restaurant. I said, hey, I'd explained my dietary needs and asked them if they can prepare the meals without oil. The manager was brought to the table and she thought about it. She said, yeah, we can do that easy. We just have to prepare it with water. We'll grill it separate than from the
Mhm.
oil. That's it. And they got fresh jalapeno peppers for me out. They brought broccoli right from the salad bar. They grilled it. The bell peppers, grilled it, and
It was tasting good. The
hey, now
seafood.
I thought I had my condiments. I had some spices in there. So I thought, I had to spice it up. Nah, it was good.
Yeah. Wow.
I feel like they probably spent more time loving
More time. Yeah.
because it's a hey man, let's make sure this guy has a good dining experience. And I
Yeah.
was I couldn't finish.
Wow.
Between potato, and the bell peppers and the broccoli, and I had a coleslaw there too. That was
Mhm.
I couldn't finish the meal. I had to get it to go plate. And you know me, Carmen, I never
You could eat.
I can eat too much food, but
Hmm.
especially that's the power of plant-based foods. When you're eating
Yeah.
fiber, plant-based, you tend to get full faster because
Yeah.
it's a lot more fiber substance. So yeah, that's my experience, and those are my tips. Um, I don't know, Carmen, if you have any. I mean, obviously we worked on these tips together, but anything else we left out, you think, or
I think like I would stress more on tip number one, especially like moving to Portugal. I just had a time where I was just researching where we can eat because we wouldn't have stuff in the kitchen to cook, so we had to rely on eating out.
yeah,
And before I landed here, I made sure did my research on restaurants and the menu and all of that. So it was so nice to reach here and then to find that the restaurant that I researched was just in walking distance from the house.
yeah,
So it was nice that I could stay on my plan while in this transition period.
yep. That's
Yeah.
that's that's always going to make it helpful. So if you guys are looking for some help, or assistance, we do provide health coaching for those who are looking for guidance on eating more healthy, specifically a whole food plant-based diet to reverse chronic disease,
Mhm.
specializing in diabetes. Now, for any of you guys who are watching today and you want to get access to the bonus, actually our freebie, just send a email to, actually, I think I put the wrong email.
Oh. Mhm.
That was my personal email. I can put my business email up. Lewis@lewisburtis.com. And just email me. And then I'll email back whatever you're looking for. We have free recipes. We got a free meal plan app. Today we're advertising condiments. If you want to get a list of free diabetes friendly condiments, save that email. There's a lot we can do to support you in your health journey, whether it be weight loss or diabetes reversal. Just email me and we'll reply to you with whatever you need. Right.
Yes.
So that's all we got. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. We'll have another live every week, Monday. I think actually next week might be on Tuesday. Usually it's Monday though at 7 p.m. All right. And I think next week we'll talk about contentment. I think that's something we don't have enough of, being at peace in the midst of our storms. I think that's the heart of health, right? So, beloved, I pray above all things you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers.